So last week we talked about this, whether karma can be molded in the sense that you just, I can't use an exact word because you cannot say karma can be deleted, destroyed, cannot. It's a form of mental force. You can render it ineffective. Just as Abhidhamma said, become ahosi karma, ineffective and then slowly dormant. But you cannot destroy the karma, you see. So you can mold it or change in a certain way, you know. So in this sutta, Lona Pala Sutta, this one very, everyone knows. Buddha give a simile, a pure water you can drink, pure karma is good. But somehow you make it defy or become bad, you add some salts, cannot drink, too salty. So how to improve the whole solution, a cup of salty water? That means your character have been, spoiled already. Your karma become, because of bad karma, bad action, all your character, morality have been more or less spoiled. So the best thing is do some more good to make it your morality improve, you see, to improve, to give you better merits. So do more good things. So in this case, example, you add more pure water. So the whole thing diluted, not salty, you can drink again. So this example just give you some ideas that karma, starting from good, you create something, you spoil it, defy it, but later you still can rescue in a modern sense, rescue or mold it, you see. So what is the principle behind it? So the second paragraph, Buddha explains. Buddha say, since we appear in this world from the moment of rebirth, from billions and billions of action we have committed, right or not? So technically, in theory, we have millions of karmic action waiting for the fruition to be ripened, right or not? If you say this action that we've done before, this billions and billions action, karmic action, and we're waiting for a right fruition to match to compensate, to cover up the earlier evil action. We take billions of life wandering in samsara, we still cannot finish it. You see, no point. We have no chance to gain enlightenment, you see. So to be more pragmatic, Buddhism emphasize on pragmatism. You see, you have done a very good wholesome karma, say you attain jhana, or you attain enlightenment, Angulimala. So the rest all minor things, all rendered ineffective, molded and effective. That's all. That's a very practical way of doing. So we cannot say one by one this, you have committed how many millions of action before, you have wait for it to be ripened, whole life you have no spiritual life at all, correct or not? So this example explains that whatever things you have done in the past, small or big, you can render ineffective or become not effective after some time. You have done some very wholesome one. That's it. You have a chance to gain enlightenment in due course. You see. So this is a main principle for this Lona Pala Sutta. You see, you can change your experiences by doing wholesome or better or good karma, karmic action. You see. So next thing can be more, we need all explanation here. We need already all is shown in the past proportion or precisely the same way that create the example. Some committed trivial, small things, then others do not, due to the influence of a more wholesome karma, right or not? This one example. This one I explained to you just now. Next issue is karma is personal. So the sutta you heard about this. You sow it, you reap your own fruit. And then the Dhamma verses or talk about it. So it's strictly personal. According to a seed, sow the seed, you reap the fruit. This one everyone knows. No need to go into details. There's a statement, passage from the Chula Kamma Vibhanga 135, MM 135. The statement explains Means are owner. This one you should know the meaning. Owners of karma, heirs of karma, originate from karma, bound to a karma. Karma as the refuge. You understand this statement is good enough. Owners of karma means you do it, you get the result. And not other people. You see, you are something like only lah. You own it, you have your benefit or not so good benefit lah. It's for you. You see, as or karma, it follow you lah. Resultant will follow you. These are like black shadows lah. You are heir, you are inherited it. So now you don't face the result. Later you get it. You see, you follow. Then originate from the karma. Whatever action that you suffer, or can trace back to your earlier karmic action, originated. See, bound to a karma, cannot cancel or wash away. You bound to face it one day. That depends on the condition, whether conducive or not. You see, bound to it. Refuge means protected by the good karma. Whether you refuse their karma. Karma as refuge means one is protected good karma. If you have done something good, okay, you will be protected in that sense. You will have a good result. You see, types of karma. Now everyone knows. This one normally, this one taken from the Sutta, Kukurawatika Sutta, MN57. Here, Buddha talks about, when I mention Sutta, means the classification, all these things have been mentioned by Buddha lah. Technically, you know, if you don't mention Sutta's name, then you will be wondering whether this classification was done by Buddha or not. So in this Sutta, Buddha talk about 4 types of karma. Dark karma. First time I heard dark karma means miserable one, very evil, bad, unwholesome karma. Then bright one, opposite. Another type is dark and bright, mixed karma, like a human being. Sometimes you have good. So that means you are having this type of karma. Sometimes you do good, sometimes you do bad. You see, it's some sort of mix. Not to say good and bad mixed together, you know. So on and off you do this, on and off you do that. You see, this appear can be not all the time you can do good, do bad. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. You see, dark and the 4th one is more important. Neither dark nor bright karma. The result is neither dark nor bright. This one appears or manifests when someone is on the, remember, supra-mundane path, not mundane path by the Putujana, the wording like us. Once you become a Sotapanna, enter the stream onwards, you practice, you are walking on the supra-mundane path, you are considered as Arya disciple of Buddha, the wholesome, normal disciple. Then as you progress from Sotapanna, Sakadami, Anagami, slowly you develop, you do something good, and you suppress all the past good and bad karma, you know. So this type of new type karma, neither dark nor bright karma, perform the function to eradicate all the past karma. If all the past karma still carry forward while you are walking, practicing, walking along the supra-mundane path, that means even you're up to Arahant, you still carry on this, there will be another rebirth, right or not? So the function of the 4th one, neither dark or bright, perform this function to clear off all the wholesome or unwholesome mundane karma. You see? So this is the 4th time. 4th one, you concentrate and see lah. You just pay attention because in the past people said this, something like the wholesome, different type of karma, eradicate the past mundane karma, so that it won't be carried forward once you become an Arahant. You see, no more rebirth. If you carry all the old previous karma, marriage, then it make no sense. Even you become an Arahant, you still have a karma. What happened? Rebirth? No rebirth. Correct or not? So next thing, type of karma. Neither this refer to the action of practicing normal F4 part. All this result, you see. Volition lead to a destruction of all karmic action mentioned in 1, 2, 3 above. 1, 2, 3, that means the dark karma or bright karma, not too dark, not too bright. So clear of all the past one, you see. Therefore, the enlightened one do not have any karmic potency to generate new existence, bring forth in the present existence, right now. Then another one is another issue regarding the rebirth. Kuputarawatika Sutta. This one, yeah, I managed to put in here. This sutta mentioned two ascetic practices. One, if you read this, one ascetic practice like dog lah, always eat like dog, curl down, behave back like dog. This type of ascetic practice. Another one like cow, you see. So Buddha said, if you behave like a dog or behave like cow, your mentality will be such that in the next rebirth, you develop the mind in such a birth like dog, like animals. So next rebirth existence, you become a dog or become a cow, you see. So the connection of your mind and your behavior, you see, the influence of next existence, next rebirth. Type of karma, Abhidhamma commentary mentioned this. This one very popular, you all know. Immediate effective, the very heavy karma. Yes, like the Devadatta, injured Buddha's leg immediately within the same life, not same moment, not same day lah. Maybe before he died, drop into the hell world. You see, so immediate effect, fruition in this life. Subsequent effect, this classification, this life, next life, and in future life, this classification also mentioned by Buddha before. I think in the Chulavanga Vihasa, Vibhang Sasuta, something like that. So in this classification, Abhidhamma classification, it mentioned extra thing. If friction, if no friction within this life or in next life becomes ahosi, ineffective. You see here, number D, ineffective karma, ahosi. Karma too weak, cannot be destroyed, too weak to be effective for the first two types of karma mentioned above, A and B. Remember this. The third one, even definitely effective. This one for many, many lives while a person still in a samsara. For example, not mentioned in the sutta, Ananda Buddha. Why Buddha's leg was injured? The later late Buddhist text mentioned that in the many billions life before, he was involved in killing his relative or parent or something like that. So, but this very bad karmic action remained dormant for million years before Pali-Nibbana or Buddha's Pali-Nibbana. This manifests itself. You see, this is a late theory teaching. You don't find in you don't find in the sutta. For example, Ananda beaten to death by those as heretics also have the same saying. Also say, because of indefinite effective karma long time ago. Now before his Pali-Nibbana, he was beaten to death. Also they mention this theory. Okay. Types of karma again from Abhidhamma. The productive, Janaka. This is something like a life force. While you are still alive, the karma is still on and on, so that you can live on and on. Upon near death, the productive karma will be very strong, preparing for the next existence. So this karma predominant at the moment of death, and condition a subsequent birth. It also plays a result for the next existence. The productive life force must go on and on, you see, due to this productive karma. Without the productive karma, life force will disappear, expire, something like that. Then supportive karma. All this one you have learned before, so I don't go into detail. Counteractive, and destructive. Destructive doesn't mean the total things, everything destroy. Yes, render the whole thing ineffective. You see. So the good example is they mention Devadatta. So Devadatta and now or render effective, ahosi. The good reproduction karma example. He has a very good royal birth. starting the time lah. Then later, because of the destructive or counter, because he injured Buddha's leg, so heavy karma immediately before he died, while traveling to Savasti, trying to to seek some explanation from Buddha. He sat down and then dropped into the hell world lah. That's the story behind lah. So this one, all of you familiar this classification according to the Abhidharma. I have to go skip a bit. Weighty, serious karma, all this I learned before. They proximate. Weighty, for example, Taruka, for example, this jhanic attainment and enlightenment, say Angulimala. All weighty, very heavy one, unwholesome one, Devadatta. So yes, good example. This thing can be effective immediately or during the same life. Next thing is a date proximate. So why before the dying moment, the type of karma you should induce, encourage to appear is a date proximate. Because here Theravada's teaching is that moment to moment. Last moment, if the karma is good, then you have a good rebirth. But you cannot say guarantee date proximate good. Date proximate karma give you a very long life, you see, because only later it will be influenced by other bad karma again, you see. So people normally, what people do, this one I discuss later, during the dying moment, people play some, some wholesome music or try to arouse this wholesome thought so that the date proximate karma will be very wholesome. As a result, you may have a good rebirth. It's a function of date proximate karma. So habitual. So without date proximate, every day you do this, do that, you just see the overall karmic performance. Habitual, if you habitually do good, donation, charity, then your next rebirth will be good. So this type of karma that you have done, action you have done every day, the influence your future rebirth, habitual. Last one, cumulative. You don't have a bad habit to do this and that. On and off, you do something, then you call it reserve. Those small things, katata karma, trivial actions, also influence your next rebirth. You see. So this classification, this four, you know already. So I just briefly go through types of karma. This one also we have discussed before. The Sarayaka Sutta mentioned the 10 types of action. These 10 types of action will influence your future rebirth and existences, right or not? In this sutta, you do good. White people born in a high-class family, white people appears beauty, white people have something like that. Or Buddha said because in the past they have done angry type of people, okay, this like not pretty lah. So those days of generous, previous life, generosity, practice generosity. So this like rich man lah. So all these were mentioned in the Sarayaka Sutta 10 action. So this one earlier on we have discussed before. Then kusala ripen, the type of karma that influence the effect whether you will be reborn in karma loka or rupa loka or arupa loka. There's a different type of action. For example, if you practice meditation and attain jhana, so barring all circumstances, your next rebirth will be in the Brahma realm. You see, if you become a Anagami, so Brahma Vihara, Brahma realm also. So this type of kusala karma will affect your next existences, whether you'll be your existence in the karma loka, that means below a human being, woeful state, sugati or dukati. But once you again jhana, you won't, your existence won't be in the Kamma Loka, will be in Rupa Loka above, you see, Brahma stage. See? Then Kusala, Karma could ripen in Arupa. Those two things also. If you practice and attain Arupa Jhana, different type of meditation based on emptiness, based on the winers, this type, rather than the traditional type. This one, several people practice this type of meditation. Once you achieve Arupa Loka, you will be, your existence will be in the last formless realm. For example, you can give example, not in the Buddhist text, now life of Buddha, to be fast, I just give you a body.
Alara, Kalama, and Udaka.
Yeah, the two teachers, yes. One shot. So it says that, it clearly mentioned that you don't have to be a Buddhist disciple. Any moment that you practice meditation up to that stage, by this nature, this something like a universal law. This universal law says that you have done this, automatically you get this type of result, you see. So not necessarily I must be Buddhist, then you go to heaven. Just like, oh, you're a Christian. No, we follow the natural law, Dharma. So, for example, this is a good example. The two teachers practice. They were not even Buddhist yet. No Buddhism was appear during that time. They only Brahmin. They also practice meditation. So, the nature of this type of meditation is that they also attain this jhana stage, concentration. So, naturally, the result will be that they will be reborn in the Rupa Loka realm. So this idea, the Buddhists don't misunderstand. Not exclusively for the Buddhists alone, Okay. Next thing. Factor affecting the frictional karma. There are four. Birthplace. Why your rebirth in a good family? Not in a Bangladesh or some like Ulu place. That birthplace, this because of karma, infant, your timing also important. In time economic recession, the past karma will manifest in such a way that your rebirth will be timely. Will be a right time, and not in 50 years ago we suffer like that. The right time for you, to come to this world, use a mundane so that people, born in this, the country is rich, economy rich, we have less suffering, timing. So also the timing factor that plays a part, birth plays a part. So personality, appearance. People born with a nice face, pleasant face, always, have an advantage. You see, the last one, effort. Effort, this is most important of four factors. With strong effort, determined, you can create a new karma. Okay? So, condition for frictional karma, there are a few factors you have to pay attention. Timing, sometimes because of karma, you have the right timing, come to this world, you have the right place, you were born in this world, you have a good personality, all these are, related to your karmic action before, you see. Karmic descent, this one also, some we have discussed before. Let's see, karmic descent. Now we talk about, we more or less finish the karma side. We talk about the rebirth side. Because in the past lesson that you study, more on emphasis on the karma. So seldom talk about the rebirth process, what happened after the passing away. You see? So now we talk about death and the next existence. What's the meaning of the four things? Due to four factors, there are four types of four reasons. Exhaustion of the janaka, the karmic generative energy, life force. Your life force become weaker and weaker, the karma, the generated karma become weaker and weaker, exhausted, then people die lah. First reason. Then life term, people, you cannot say I have a lifespan of 500 years or something. We are natural people, become a natural cell, natural bodies. So you have a spare part, expiry date, something like that, you see. So expiration of life term. So we don't know how long. Different people have different lifespan, you see. So it's a third one, combination of first two factors. Sometimes people too weak, life term also comes. Then finish. Then last one. The one is untimely death. Sometimes suddenly due to accident, due to the destructive karma, unfortunate circumstances. For example, the karmic, unwholesome karmic action was too bad, too heavy. Example, Devadatta. This one, because of natural order, due to behave, we say due to nature lah, this karma manifests and had to destroy. The destructive karma will appear lah. So the person who committed this heavy karma will die untimely lah. You see, it's a last factor. You see. So that is due to these four factors. So after that, the rebirth take place according to Buddhist studies. There must be a rebirth, next existence. There are four ways, you know. Normally when we talk about birth, rebirth, according to Buddhism, there are four types. A human being, of course, born, egg, like birds, egg, moisture, like bacteria, small living being, those bacteria, something like that lah. Small animal, moisture born out of nowhere. You see the cockroaches, you see the insect, you see the worm, you see the bacteria. This one due to the third one, moisture born. Then spontaneous birth. For example, hungry ghosts. You just appear Deva, just appear in a human, in a Deva realm. This is spontaneous birth. Woeful state, the hell being, die in a human realm, appear in the heaven, appear in the woeful state, spontaneous birth. You see, out of nowhere. For example, in Lord Saka, suddenly the baby Deva appear next to him. You see, it's spontaneous. Dying moment, nimitta. When a person is about to die, normally you can see something, you know. This is very true. You see, at least two things. The one thing is that you can more or less see the destination that one is going to have a rebirth. Another thing is the type of karma, whether your next rebirth will be good or not. Some symbols, very heavy equipment, jungle or sound or smell. Something will give you some indication whether your next life will be good or not. Another thing is that gives some indication whether your destination is good or not. You see, this is very true, even though it's not stated in the sutta in Abhidhamma. For example, I give you one example, very good example. When my wife's uncle about to die, 1 week before that, you know. So one night, he was sitting in the house watching TV. And all of a sudden, he shouted, told the wife, hey, wait, look at the door outside. And my friend, few of them were coming, waiting at the door, want to come in, go and open. Then my wife's uncle's wife, look, nobody outside the door. Why you say people coming? You see? No, he said yes, but tell me who lah? This one Akau, Amau. Then his wife was shocked, you know. Akau, Amau all passed away long ago. You see? Now they come and see you, invite you to go. This is one of the Gati Nimitta or something, Nimitta, you know, appears just few days before before the person is going to pass away. That's true. When I read about this thing, then I recall, yeah, my wife told me his uncle used to see his friend coming out at night. At night, not daytime, asking, say, want to come in and see him. Now I link together. Oh, yeah, it's true. This example I just share with you, you see. So all these are nimitta. Maybe he not actual people, but some symbol, you see, for him to see, you see. It gives some indication that he's going to join them. So dying moment, influences of nimitta. So one who has no heavy karma, this is important. What are you going to do? So while people waiting there, about to die, you can help him to arouse his dead proximate karma. So one of the most popular practice done by the ancient Indian, Sri Lanka also, they call it punya pustaka. Punya, the good married, this and that. Try to let him create, arouse some wholesome thought, accrue some good merit. Pustaka, pustaka, library, a storehouse. So that the whole practice is that during the dying moment, trying to arouse his wholesome dead proximate karma so that he can build more, accumulate more and more good merit, you see. So this, how to do? And nowadays people play some, Amida music, so that you think, because of the Pure Land people believe that by hearing this, by thinking Amitabha, once he died, Amitabha sent the two messengers, Guan Yin and Da Si lead him to the Pure Land. This is Chinese practice. So now people play with music or something like that. So there are so many ways you can, every day people maintain a record. Oh, today I attended Visa Day. Oh, today Yap Stock. Oh, today so nice, I passed the exam. All this with a photograph, with writing, and page by page record down lying moment about to die. Show him there. Look, you attended this. You got first prize. Oh, so nice. You see, you took part in a Visa Day. Something like that. You see, wholesome thought, so that he recall all the past good action with all the good friends in the temple. This and that. Good wholesome thought arise. What happens if he dies off? Yeah, you go to a good destination. That's a whole practice. You see, punya pustaka. Apart from chanting, you cannot chant 24 hours for him. You cannot say Amitabha. Just show him, sometimes show him the book, show him his record, photograph, all these things. So the whole purpose is let him arouse, wholesome thought arouse. And what happens if you die at the moment, you have a good rebirth, you see. Fearing rich object, associate, causal, accumulated. So the dying moment, most important thing, practice punya pustaka. Okay. Dying moment, janaka. Dying moment, once mental stream lack the productive power. This life you are very weak, about to die. People. So the dying, the productive power, janaka, is very big for the present one, but it build up very strongly to prepare for the next existence, you see. So dying moment, consciousness, the last thought moment for a dead person, we call chuti cita, chuti, long holiday. This type of mental thought appear, the present one die. To be linked with the next cita. The first cita of the next existence, we call patisandivijnana. It's called relinking consciousness. So this last chuti, finish, next one appear, being the first thought moment of the next existence, we call relinking citta, mental thought, or patisandhi, something like that. The psycho life, past body, and the mind of this existence cease operation. Once the chuti citta appear, the present existence ceases. But the unbroken life stream continue. The mind stream continue. The physical aggregate remains slowly die off. The mental part, together with the with all the mental memory, all the karmic merit, all the mental forces will be carried forward. So even if the Theravada stopped, say that moment to moment, but later they amended the theory that all the past action, the memory, not ripened yet. Those merit, those accrued merit, those record karmic actions not ripened will be imprinted on the next thought and carry forward from moment to moment to the next life. You see, because the whole life swing is something like up and down, dynamic. Mental thought appear, disappear, next one appear, condition appear, next thought, then down, condition, another thought, go up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not the same mental thought go forward, because the whole stream of mental thought consists of millions and millions of mental thought inside there. Can be the karmic mental thought, can be volition, can be so many types of what we call dharma, not the big D. It's dharma, the small, unique mental thought, chetana, all these things, all carry forward, just a river, a bit, go on. So this mental thought, Choong, left the previous body, physical body. So the Chuticita left, new existence began with simultaneous arising a rebirth consciousness, or relinking, or patisandhi, vijnana, as I told you. So after the patisandhi, the first thought, then followed by the rupa. They determine whether the new rupa sex, whether it's a male or female, because this will be influenced by the previous karma. You see, there's no unchanging or permanent soul. Or what we know is that the movement of the dynamic stream of mental thought, that's all. No fixed body called soul involved in the dead process, dead and next existence, the process of next existence. You see, so this one, according late teaching, this one I think you read. Mental thought ever changing life on passing away, transmit the whole energy, all the indelibly recorded impression on it. You see, past merit, everything. So it looks like if you talk about every independent, all the mental thought are individual and independent. So it cannot explain how the past memories, how the past merit will be carried away from one existence to the next, right or not? That's a very early theory. Later they modify. They say next mental thought will carry the earlier memories, all the unripened karma, etc., to the next life. Okay, this one. Just a briefly tell you, Theravada change also as time goes on, but not recently 2,000 years ago. According to Buddhism, the birth is a rising of khandhas, the new existence. That's one of the basic understanding. So I have to bring out this sutta to you. Sampasadaniya Sutta. This one also very seldom talk about it. Buddha says that there are 4 ways of rebirth. One, he entered the womb knowingly. That's very important. Stay there knowingly and live it knowingly. So this is early teaching, because we mentioned the sutta specifically. Whereas later Theravada say, moment to moment, you don't know whether there's a antarabhava, intermediate body, who knows the process of rebirth or not. You see, so this sutta talks mentioned differently. You see? There are 4 ways. Sometimes once the energy, the beings, don't know what type of being, he knows, once enter the womb knowingly, stay there knowingly. Then the second type, here, according to Theravada teaching, takes it immediately. So there's no antarabhava. So some early teaching of early teaching of Buddha and the later teaching of Theravada seems to, do not agree with each other lah, a bit lah. You see, if you
So, Brother Yap, which
Yes,
one do
sir.
which one do we accept? The later one, is it?
if you are Theravada, then you accept both. Then you say, I don't quite agree with the later teaching. I stick to Buddha's teaching. Then you stick to the early sutta lah. Up to you. Right or not? Correct or not?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if you are Theravada, you say, oh, this is part of Theravada's teaching. Everyone will agree. So I have to agree with them. Otherwise, you say, I'm not 100% there. I still emphasize on early teaching. But you are not wrong. You are correct also. The sutta was spoken by Buddha. Correct or not? Everyone also correct. You see, be flexible.
So if we accept the late one, then the theory of the Gandapa, we have to throw out the window lah.
No need to throw. It forms part of the Theravada's teaching. Otherwise, you say you
Part of it.
Theravada, you believe in moment to moment, no andarbhava. You throw away all the Buddha sutta. That doesn't give you any meaning as a Buddhist.
So, but how to accept both when one contradicts the other? One say there's Gandapa, one say there's Gandapa.
You call yourself a traditional devoted Theravada, Theravadin. So, but a lot of people, even the senior monk also, you tell them, yes, like that, I believe like that, this is our tradition. So it seems nobody will agree 100%.
Not resolved yet lah. It's just based on individual.
Yes, not resolved. This one, sometimes you bring it out, people argue with you. You say, no, Andara Bhava, this is Theravada's concept. But you tell them in the early sutta, there's no such thing as no Andara Bhava. For example, when the Bodhisattva descended, passed away into Sita heaven, came down to Mother Zone in the form of white elephant, and the sutta says that knowingly and consciously enter. This knowingly and conscious means that there must be something in between, a certain being in between. There's no such thing as there must be an Antara Bhava, correct or not? So you cannot say by believing, throw away Theravada, I'm not Theravada. So you just say that I believe, I trust Buddha Sutta more than the late teaching of Theravada, which was brought about, spoken by those Sri Lankan monks few hundred years after Buddha passed away, after all this theory appeared in a late teaching. You see, unfortunately, have been accepted by most of these Theravada monks according to tradition. As I told you, the tradition. Oh, my master said this. I faithfully agree with him. Then when I teach my junior, also I say the same thing. Tradition is tradition. You see, even though you wear sarong, not convenient, but you still have to wear sarong. You are still people, instead of wearing the nice t-shirt, this and that. Same thing, correct or not?
If a question comes out, we can choose either one. There's no right or wrong lah. Marks will still be given.
Right. As an academic interest, you have to go two sides. You cannot comment this wrong, that wrong. You can only make it's late, that one is early, to be neutral, impartial. That's my style. That's why I have to bring both sides out for discussion. You can say, no, I disagree. After all, Theravada recognize you. What have you got to say? You see, you are not the chief monk or Theravada represent all the Theravada monk in the whole world. You see, we are not in a position to do that. We only tell the truth. That's all. Tell the facts. That's it. Whether you accept this, accept that, it's up to you. That's your position. Middle part, we call it. Don't go into this, don't go into that. You see, not to say opportunist. You see, that's a fact. You have to face it. You see. Okay. This one is controversial, maybe. Not in your level. You want to discuss it, maybe MABA level. Now I don't talk too long. See, being a new existence is not the same. This one everyone also knows. Not the same as previous, neither different from previous. Not the same because new aggregate. Same because the past consciousness move to the new existence. Even the new consciousness that move into a new existence to combine with a new aggregate, the type of the nature of the consciousness and the mental thought also change from moment to moment. Even the physical aggregate of this existence. So in the past, you can say 100% same O, 100% different from the O. That's the meaning of this. Neither same nor different. Okay. So from that moment to rebirth, this one, this sutta, again, when a bodhisattva passed away from a Tusita order and mindful and clearly comprehending, enter his mother's world. Again, when a bodhisattva mindful and clearly comprehending, emerge from his mother's world. There's another example in the sutta that talks about rebirth, the antara bhava. There must be some beings, we don't know the nature, the name or the type of the being, that enter consciously, they can live consciously, Buddha said, but never specified. Just give an example to support that. In the early teaching of Buddhism, Buddha never say no antara bhava, never say. Never say moment to moment, never say. Only later Theravada teaching that talk about it, you see. So in the early sutta, here there's so many examples clearly mentioned that being during the process of rebirth, a certain being in between, is still conscious and mindful, dive in one existence, appear, enter in a womb, next existence, in between still some consciousness. Yes, give you some example of the sutta, you can go and read that. Rebirth is different from transmigration. Transmigration, Hindu or others, they talk about transmigration. The main difference is that during the process, from one existence to the next existence, there's a fixed entity called soul or anything, or Atman, or any fixed mental body. Move from one earlier existence to the next, that is transmigration. That's for example, one monkey jump from one tree to another tree, another tree. The monkey is a fixed entity. That's transmigration. Or as regarding Buddhism, the consciousness that left the earlier one is not fixed, still subject to changes, correct or not? So it's dynamic, appear, disappear, appear, disappear. So we don't call it transmigration, you see. It's not rather it involves the continuity of particular dynamic and ever-changing life flux. With a new physical group, kanda. This one you know. Okay. New form of rupa. You see. Reason. People ask you, are you sure there's a rebirth? If you want to quote from the suttas, there are few examples. For example, during a night of enlightenment, so Buddha practiced Mahasatipatthana Sutta, practiced surface, and he gained the 6 abhinya, the superpower. Then with a divine eye, he saw being passing away from one rebirth to place another. This statement already clearly proves that from the early sutta. So Buddha talked about rebirth, you see. Then after gaining enlightenment, Buddha also say, oh, I wander from place to place, looking, there are so many rebirths in the samsara. It's a sad thing. These two statements are texture evidence to prove that Buddha talking about rebirth, you see. But from this one, from text, from actual life, I forgot to upload the examples. The Sri Lankan monk, he can, at the age of 2 or 3, he could chant, most of the sutta, chanting, and the wording, the style, very ancient style, not the modern style. Age 2, age 3. So one of the famous monk, not everyone I think knows, Venerable Anarayo and few other monks wrote about this case in detail and study in detail. I got the article, I didn't put down here. Never mind, later I add in. Okay. So all these are evidence of rebirth, concept of rebirth really spoken by Buddha, because some people were doubtful whether rebirth or not. In actual example, they don't believe, you see. But in actual fact, whether Sutta also mentioned actual happening also will happen, you see. So next thing, Mahatangha Sankaya Sutta. This one also very important. Brother Tan will be interested to see. So the rebirth process and the conception, the formation of new beings. First thing, when I say the Chuti Sutta arises, this present existence finish off. Link up with the next existence with the appearance of Patisandhi Vijnana, the de-linking consciousness. That is the first consciousness for the new existence. Okay, before this takes place, there's another the process called conception, conceive. How conception takes place? From the sutta, we quote this Mahatangha Sutta. The sutta says that there's a union, three things. Father and mother, under the right condition, that must be in season. Everyone also know. And being to be born. This one, Sutta says, being to be born. This one needs some explanation. These two things, father, mother, right season, being to be born, and then the union, father, mother, right, union, the action taken through a union of these three things, then we call conception actually take place. If father, mother there, not in the right season, do nothing, and being also not there, no action, there's no conception. You see, conception also depends on condition. You see, so you refer to Bhikkhu Bodhi's explanation about being to be born. So father, mother's right season, this one, or action, this one understood. So what is being to be born there? Gandhava. So rebirth takes place a moment when a suitable being to be born, Gandhava, associate with a sperm ovum in a human under the appropriate condition. So these three things together, then only effective conception. So the commentary says that what is Gandhava? Gandhava is a being that arriving because of the karma. So because every moment so many people pass away here and there. So the consciousness flying out everywhere, appear everywhere. So happen the karma drive away this stream of consciousness near to the parents who are in action. So happen that three things mix together, then conception take place. You see, so this Gandhava is not a fixed person, fixed being, waiting there and see the father, mother in action, then only jump in, you know. It's not in the case. So happen depends on the chances, depends on the condition. It happen there because a good karma link to your parent or something connection link with them, fly across them. So happen they join together or three things connect together. Conception take place. You see, that's a natural happenings in that case. So the commentary says that Gandhava is a being arriving there. It's not someone, a disembodied spirit standing nearby, watching the future parent having action. You see, it's not something like that, you know. All because of karma happened that due to the past connection, has some, you know, affinity, some link to push him there. So happen become the, you know, he's connected with them. But being driven on by mechanism of karma due to be reborn on that occasion. So for this statement, it's not my statement. You look at Bhikkhu Bodhi's notes in the thick book, MN at the back. So I quote the pages. You go and see. A form of rebirth. So Gandhava got so many meaning. So according to me, it can be a form of rebirth consciousness. Some people call it a life force flying there, all the karmic energy, up to you to refine. So long as something force at the affinity, so happen they pass away somewhere else, you move out and move towards the parent there, and the whole thing, whole conception takes place. That's it. See, whether you call it a life force, consciousness, or karmic, or any being up to. But this Gandhava is different from the music god in the heaven. There's also Gandhava. Also, in fact, in the Earthbound Deva, there's a being called Gandhava, or music god. That is different from that. That Gandhava is different from this Gandhava. This one involved in the rebirth process. Okay. Consciousness arises suitable. Then this one okay, you read. So more or less, Brother Tan, you ask a question about this process of conception. Three things must mix together under the right condition. Then conception only takes place. Okay, Brother Tan, your questions?
Yes. No, I just...
No, okay. So happen you know, Anjali. So past year's question. So today I'm a bit fast, 3 to 4, 1 hour. Oh, yeah. Last year came out, previous year came out once. But the rest of topic that I share with you are not likely. According to one source, I cannot guarantee. 31 plane, whether what type of philosophy, whether bodhisattva, according to one source, new topic, they won't come out so fast. But most likely to appear in the exam will be Kamma and Rebirth. More on karma, not so much on rebirth. So today I'm a bit fast. Any question? No more, Brother Tan? Okay, rebirth process, Gandhava, and the concept of Antarabhava.
Okay, I mean, we agree to disagree. I mean, there's nothing there. It's just two different theories we have to accept.
Too bad, because due to a long historical process, a lot of changes. The old one stick to the new one stick to the new one. So
no point debating also.
No point. Yes, true. You just accept you are right also. Whoever say this, you are right also, because you are talking from the early Buddhism, from the perspective of early Buddha's point of view, or you are talking from a Theravada's point of view. You are also correct. What to argue? No. We are from academic, we just point out the truth, that's all. We don't say you are wrong, it's wrong. If you say Buddha's Sutta belong to lay teaching, that's definitely wrong. If you say commentary was spoken by Buddha, that's totally wrong. You just tell the truth, this one is late, that one early, but overall, everything also under Theravada. Okay? That's a good explanation.
Okay. Brother Yap, so when a person dies and we do this puja for the 8th day, 1st month and 3rd month, that one only will that's only relevant when we view it as not
from early Buddhist point of view. From
Buddhist. Or we assume they go to Petra world. I mean, they're in the same plane, but they're hanging around. I mean,
yeah, something.
that's assuming they take up immediate birth.
Yes, according to early Buddha's teaching, they're still hanging around. You know, the stone Buddhists, like Burmese, they practice this also. 7 days, 49, 6 days. Even though their monk will tell them, oh, moment to moment, immediate rebirth, but they still do chanting, waiting for them to. They believe that the soul or not soul or somebody, the spirit, still hanging around. So within 7 days or 60, how many days, they still do chanting and transfer merit to them, practice in Burma. You read the book, the actual field research book by I got the book, still believe, even though the monk tell them immediate rebirth. So how to say, you monk say immediate rebirth, by we normal people, we believe in this being still hanging around, not immediate, you see. So they still do some dana and transfer to them, even though they think that, transfer to the being still around. It's not a hungry ghost or something like that, or animal.
Yeah, but we can also assume they become hungry ghosts. So that way it gels up, the theory gels up.
Because everything is assumption. You cannot verify he's a ghost or what. No. You can use the word assumption. You believe that his spirit is still hanging around. That's it. You see. To waiting for your good merit for you to transfer to them. You see. So that's why they perform dana to invite Dharma, do some chanting, donate some, robes, transfer merit. They still do that. In Burma, true. Here the Chinese also do that. No need that, you cannot say it's wrong, After all, Buddha also never say it's instant rebirth. There's so many sutta that I pointed out that being passed away into Sita, rebirth, after that, rebirth take place in the mother's womb, in between animals or any beings, consciously move down. Okay? The word consciously, mindfully.
Yeah, mindfully. That
Yes,
means
you read the
knowing mind.
Mind is still a mind there. Once you're a mind, that means you're a sentient being. Not mental thought, straight rebirth.
It's not a consciousness.
Consciousness, everything there. Then the whole mental force still carry the same thought. So anything else?
Brother Yap, thank you for the gift of Dharma.
Thank you.
Dharma
Thank you.
Dana as the highest.
You notice my face, totally moon face.
But in spite of that, thank you for your pure intention and your diligent effort, to come and teach us. I really value this Dharma Dana. I like to discuss if you can give us examples so that I can have a better understanding about the types of karma that we classify according to function. Maybe you can give us some examples: the reproductive karma, janata karma, supportive karma, counteractive karma, and destructive karma. Maybe you went quite fast, but maybe if you could give us some examples about each of that category. Thank you.
The best example I quoted in the notes, in fact, not quoted by me, I just adopted from the text, is Devadatta's case. Right from beginning of his birth to the end of his, dropping to earth. That story tells you all different types of karma that he faced.
Brother Yap, can we go over with that in detail? That means
you see,
first one is reproductive karma. So in what sense Devadatta had a
good reproductive?
That means he is born in a
royal family, in a
someone
past
related to
karma.
Buddha, is it?
Yes.
And then the supportive karma would be
during early life, he enjoys his very good childhood days before his renunciation in early life. Be able to have a royal, born in a royal family, must be very good early karma,
yes.
Right? He born and then enjoy all luxury in the palace during his childhood day. There's a supportive karma already, you see. So later, after renunciation, and then with a evil thought, always try to suppress all the good karma that he enjoyed during early day. So the last worst one, the very heavy one, he injured Buddha's leg. There's a killing point, heavy karma. It kills off everything. Then he dropped into the woefully hell bin. So from his early life, Janaka supported that able him to have a rebirth in a royal family. Up to the last moment, he dropped into the whole process. These stories of life history of Devadatta explain all the four. You can trace out from textbook with all the details. You see, only this explain all the four. Most of the textbook will quote this case. But
brother, what about the counteractive karma?
Counteractive.
Explain that.
Just for example, you are running 100 meters without oncoming wind, run very fast. Well, all of a sudden, that day you have condition not good, you run, wind speed, stop you, manage to, you stop your normal speed. That's example of a runner. Sometimes people during the running, all these Olympic, they disqualified because of wind blow from your back. That support you, not qualified or something like that. That is supporting karma, that you run faster. But sometimes you face an ongoing one, you can't move very fast, yes, upstream, rolling the sampan, that's example. I mean, from the day-to-day experience, you want to be fast, but somehow rather conditions such that wind blow that you cannot move on time to save the people there. Okay, too bad now, you see. Sometimes, you want to be fast, you want to escape. So happen that the wind blow and your sampan move very fast. People can't catch up with you. Then you are lucky lah, you see. That's nice.
Brother, that one is Putu Niyama already.
Putu Niyama. Sometimes karma cannot explain, the niyama can explain, you see. They go hand in hand, you see. They go hand in hand. This is something like effect. There's something that support your effort, because karmic action support what you want to do. You try to achieve some conditions support you. Sometimes people suppress you. You see, that explain the karmic effect. Maybe due to the Heptu Niyama or Bija Niyama. That will be supplementary.
Yeah, supplementary.
Yeah, go hand in hand. That's why people sometimes got stuck with the karmic theory. The commentator come up with their own explanation to support it. That's why you cannot ignore the commentator teaching in that sense. You see, you can say comment.
It's easier to understand. Easier to make sense.
Easier. Also make sense. So the monk come up with this to help you to understand the teaching of the sutta. That's a meaning, that's a function of commentary, you see, even though not spoken by Buddha. But sometimes Buddha miss a bit here and there.
Yes, the karma vipaka in our life is so complex. But
yes.
as usual, we human brains always try to simplify things so that we can understand.
If you cannot understand, they come up with some points, some reason to complement it, make the whole thing very smooth, you see, touch up, you see. Okay, anything else?
Brother Yap?
Yes.
Okay, in slide number 1, 2, 3, slide number 3, there is a Samudaka Sutta. Samudaka Sutta, SN 1110.
Yes.
Yes,
So you read personal.
Yeah, I read through, but it's written, but I don't see a very clear connection. Okay, maybe I read through here so that others can.
Okay.
Because it's very short only.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The summary is: in the past, when battle between the gods and demons loomed, some seers sought out the demons Lord Sambara to beg for protection, but due to their devotion to Saka, he rejected them, so they cursed him. That's the summary.
Oh, this one, the detail you have to resort to the commentary. See what commentary says.
Oh, okay. So
because sometimes the
sutta is not very clear.
So what people do is that they will explain from the commentary to support.
I see. Okay.
So I haven't read the commentary because the commentary of Bali.
Okay, never mind. I tried to get the commentary. Online, Bhikkhu Tanisaro also didn't put any commentary.
Yes. This explanation comes from commentary, you see.
Okay, so refer to commentary.
So what other question you have?
At the moment, none.
None. Yes.
Final one.
Final. Okay, final.
In your previous lesson, you said, it's in the book also, Vipaka is also via feelings.
Why are you feeling?
Vipaka, the result of karma
Result.
is felt via Vedana, right? Feelings.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's from the Abhidhamma's point of view, because
Oh, I see.
whether
Abhidhamma.
you from mundane point of view, you see, some people hit me, this is a result. But ultimately, in the final Abhidhamma's point of view, or trace to feeling, or you feel sad, you feel painful, unpleasant feeling.
Okay, so if we don't feel it, then
teaching. Abhidhamma always give you the ultimate teaching. Feeling is a final thought, final point. So
okay.
from which angle you look at it. Also correct, you look at mundane people's reaction. You broken leg. That's a result. That's what we see what we interpret from the sutta you see. You go to heaven. But you go to heaven, you want to trace it to ultimate, you enjoy life in heaven. There's a feeling, you see. See how you interpret, you see. From Abhidhamma point of view, talk about the small mental thought. Or Buddha always don't go into detail, talk about the mundane, what you people can see, you see. So normally, if you read the sutta, you will talk to the final Abhidhamma point. This citta, this feeling, this unwholesome. There's a too academic, too Abhidhamic, we call it Buddha is always down to earth. Talk something that people understand. Okay, we won't talk about rebirth in this. We won't talk about your mind slowly, moment to moment, move here and there. That's not the Buddha style with all the mundane people, you see, lay people. You see, so you understand it why people use the word feeling as an ultimate.
Okay, thank you.